This video is made for entertainment purposes only. All claims are alleged. The contents of facts and all data shown in this video have been taken from various social platforms. Any resemblance to any person, entity, in any form is purely coincidental. My intention is not to hurt the sentiments of any person, personality, or any community in any form. Hey y'all, welcome back to Empress Lioness. We are back with another reality TV show review. Today we're going to be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 6, episode 7. I'm going to get right into it. So first we have Martell going to look at a venue for his magazine cover. And it really wasn't really much of a scene. But he was talking to the owner, I guess, of the event space, and she asked if she had a special person. He was like, friend girl. This man he does not want to claim this lady. Like, he will not claim her. He don't say some friend girl, really. Like, this man does not want to claim this lady for nothing. And it makes it even worse at the end of this episode. We're going to talk about it. But he says everything's lit. Dating a celebrity like Sheree, his wine, the event space, everything is great. He can't complain. Yeah, well, you about to be complaining after the blogs this week. But then we get the next scene. Melody invited Kiki, Tiffany, and to her house to talk. Oh, and Nell to talk about, the tea party. Kiki says that, they sit down and they talk about what happened between Kiki and Tiffany. Kiki says that's not normally who she is, but when she gets angry, she can take it there and end up popping somebody. Yeah. I guess that's why Tisha always be trying to hold her back or whatever. Baby, ain't nobody worried about you, Kiki. Okay. Kiki still says when she says she knows who her father is, it wasn't a dig. And I'm saying, girl, it was a dig. It definitely was. Stand on that shit. Like, what the fuck? Why you keep... It was. It was definitely a dig. You got all that fucking mouth. You talking big shit. Like, you just about it like that. Girl, stand on what the fuck you said. That was definitely a fucking dig. Okay? Like, what's so hard about admitting that? But Kiki says she feel like her mouth was just moving faster than her mind was. Yeah, okay, Kiki. Tiffany says Melody is glowing, and usually it's because of a pregnancy or a man. She feels that it's great that she has a man, and hopefully her and Martell will be able to have a happy blended family now that they are both dating other people. Bullshit. I'm gonna tell you this right now. When Melody do pop out with a man, like fully, or when she decide, okay, you're gonna be around my children, so I'm gonna let you meet the father of my kids. Oh, that ain't gonna have a fit. That ain't gonna be they not happy right now. He damn sure he not going for that shit. And I'm not saying he not going like it's gonna stop her from dating the man, but he is gonna feel it. Cause he been doing all this running around, dating this person, that person still fuck with his baby mama. Popping out with Sheree like they together. We know they not, but he been talks about him fucking with other people besides Sheree in Atlanta. Like, he been good. He been doing his thing. No type of issue. But when Melody popped the fuck out with her man, all hell's gonna break loose. He ain't gonna like that shit. No, it ain't gonna be no happy blended family. That man, you think he been doing some shit behind the scenes? Just wait till Melody pop out with a man that she's serious with. But I hope she get a man that ain't gonna play that shit. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about what the fuck y'all had in the past. She done and over with. She left your fucking ass. So what you not gonna do is do what the fuck you been doing since y'all been divorced. Cause I'm in the picture now. I hope she get a man that ain't gonna play that shit. And I hope she get a man that ain't gonna play about her or her kids and be like, nigga, I'm not the fucking one. You keep that bitch ass drama queen ass shit you been doing to her. I'm in the picture now and that shit ain't gonna go down. I hope her man is that type of nigga. Cause you need somebody like that, especially you dealing with somebody like you dealing with a woman who has an ex and she still gotta deal with him because they have kids together. You need a man that's not gonna play that shit. But then we go to Stormy, Tisha, and Kimmy, and they meet at a restaurant. Kimmy said she liked the tea party, and she asked Stormy if she did, and if her and Melody are good moving forward. Stormy said yeah, and she doesn't think that it wasn't that bad. Like, she doesn't think that their friendship was in the rear, or wasn't as bad for them to not be cool and move forward. And I feel like, Stormy, you really cap as fuck. You're cap as fuck. Because she was throwing all that fucking shade in her damn confessional. Stormy, you still do and feel a way about Melody. You do. And you really cap, because I can tell just by the shade you be throwing. But okay. Tisha says Kiki sent a message about Tiffany liking a tweet about Kiki and Tisha's feud, and sent to Kiki personally. And I think the text or the tweet was like, "Oh, Carlos, keep Kiki. She gonna tell it all, whatever." So Tisha didn't like that, so she felt like that was Tiffany being messy and supporting Kiki when they were going at it. And then it's like they feel like it's hypocritical because Tiffany was adamant about saying she don't know Kiki, or she only knows of her. Now I know that makes sense, because bitch, why you gonna say you know of me but you got my number and you texting me personally? You know more, you know me. That don't mean you know me like that, but you know me to where we got each other's fucking personal number and you can text me. Or was it a text, or was it like a DM? I don't know, but you know me. You don't know of me. So yeah, I could see how that was hypocritical, but I don't give a fuck. That shit wasn't even that deep. It's just not. These little issues they have between these two, it's not that deep. Honestly, it's really giving petty and middle school. To be honest, like, who give a fuck? If I know you, I know you. If I don't, I don't. I don't care. And if I was Kiki, I wouldn't be so pressed to let it be known and know you do know me. Who give a damn? Who give a damn? Why? Okay, that person said, okay, and I'd be the same way. Even if I do know she fucking lying, I'd be like, okay, and the bitch, I don't know you either. The fuck, like, bitch, who forced to forced to be friends with somebody, or oh no, you do no, let that shit go. It's not that fucking serious. Stormy tells Tisha about Tiffany being messy, talking about her marriage. Tisha says Tiffany shouldn't be talking about someone's marriage when there is a rumor going around about hers. And what Tiffany said, she said something first. She said something about, Tisha is only the owner on her and Marcel's business on paper, but she really not, because it shouldn't be no way that Tisha was kicked out of her office. And I agree. Like, everybody said that shit. Honestly, Tiffany, everything that she be saying, or she, especially in this episode, Tiffany only saying what everybody else been saying. They've been saying, and she asking the question that everybody want to ask and scared to ask. That's it. But it's just, I guess, her delivery. But everything she be saying and everything she be asking is exactly what people be wanting to know, and exactly what people be thinking. Yeah, you was a dumbass bitch if you let your fucking husband kick you out of the business that you supposedly own so fucking much. Yet you let this nigga convince you and still manipulate you and gaslight you into why he kicked you out of your fucking office. But you the 80% owner. 80%, 85, but it changed to 75. Then it changed to like, that's how you know she lied. You ain't the owner nothing. Y'all did that shit for a fucking storyline to flip the narrative about y'all fucking marriage. Cause you tried so hard to be that girl of this show, and you would never be that girl. You just don't have it. You're just not that. You don't have that type of energy. Melody is that girl on the show, and she always will be. Period. Point blank. That's it. But we all know Marcel is really the one who run that shit. I guess y'all had a conversation 2 seasons ago to be like, because it was just so magically flipped that all of a sudden Tisha is the owner and she runs shit now. Fuck out of here. She don't run the motherfucking thing. Marcel still run that show, and we're clearly seeing that. And then the other thing, she said something about she can't control her husband or whatever. Tisha always mad about somebody talking about somebody marriage, her marriage, but you always talking about somebody else fucking marriage. And what rumor are you talking about? The only rumor I heard about Tiffany marriage is that she forced Lou to marry her, and she surprised him with the wedding, and that's the only reason why they got married. So But other than that, what's the rumor? Don't be like fucking Kiki. Don't be like your cousin Kiki and act like you got some major shit to say and you don't say shit. Don't do that. If you got some rumors and you feel like, oh, she coming for you and oh, you gonna defend yourself and comfort her, then do it. Full fledged. Don't hold back like your fucking cousin Kiki, because she made it seem like she had so much to fucking say and all that shit, and she didn't even say shit else. So don't be pump faking. So you wanna act like you like that now. You wanna act like you that you wanna act like, oh, I'm gonna show everybody a different side of me. Well, do it then. Stand on that shit. Next, Stormy, Tiffany, and Kiki sit down and talk about the text message. Kiki confirms the message was sent, and Tiffany says she wasn't being messy, she was supporting Kiki. So Tiffany's argument is she only sent the message and she agreed with the first part of the tweet, which was keep Kiki, not the other part that said, oh, she gonna tell it all. I feel like she lying, or she telling. I feel like she lying. Because if that was the case, all you had to do was just tell her, keep. If you text her that, all you had to do was just text her that and say, hey, I hope they keep you. You doing good on the show, instead of sending that message, that specific tweet. Girl, you being messy, you're backpedaling. Stormy goes and gets Tisha. And I like, Stormy, you being fucking messy and you doing the most too. Like all of them three, Tisha, Kiki, and Stormy, they doing the most. But I feel like I know what they doing the most to keep that they spot and solidify their spot on this show. But I feel like, baby, this show, I don't think this show got much longer. I'd probably give it like another one season, maybe two. So they trying hard. Like, y'all ain't even gonna make no money for real by the time this show over with. Like I said, I feel like I got about 2 more seasons left, probably. But y'all doing that, y'all making sure y'all get that. Y'all producing, y'all being messy, putting 20 on 10 with these fucking petty ass arguments and disagreements with each other. But hey, Stormy feels Tiffany is messy. Tiffany is messy. I feel like she putting 20 on 10, but because she trying to solidify her spot on this show. That's why I feel like she's so she messy. Extra messy. Now, I feel like she is like that person, like she's really like, she don't know how to read the fucking room. She been like that since the first season she came on. But I feel like she putting 20 on 10, especially now she pregnant, so people can't really pop off on the ass like that. Or everybody telling her, people who get into it with her, she pregnant, don't pop off on her like that. And I'd be like, stop saying that fucking shit. Tisha says it wasn't that deep. She doesn't care about the text, but she does care about Tiffany talking about her marriage and business. Tiffany says she doesn't have a problem with Tisha, but she feels he shouldn't have kicked her out of her office. And I feel like, girl, Tiffany only said what everybody else was feeling and thinking. That's it. And Tisha didn't say shit. You all big and bad behind, and you don't stand on that shit. Like, that's all you had to say was, okay. But she said, oh, I'm going to get her next time. Okay, whatever, bitch. Kiki chimes in and says, who are you to talk? Who are you to talk? You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Kiki says Tiffany is cuckoo, and Tisha pulls her aside. And I feel like Tisha always pulling her aside, like Tiffany just really about it like that. Girl, that girl ain't gonna do shit to Tiffany. She's fucking pregnant. Okay, she gonna cuss her out, but that's about it. She ain't about to touch that fucking lady. But Kiki, she do the most. Like, girl, sit the fuck down somewhere. Like, I hate when people do that shit. Like, they do, like, she really like that. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. Nobody give a fuck. Ain't nobody worried about your fucking ass. I don't know. Something about Kiki, she just get on my fucking nerves. Honestly, she do too much. And now all of a sudden, her and Tisha are back on buddy buddy. They'll be back fighting again. Watch, I can see what type of relationship they got. They cousins. They gonna have each other back until they get into it. And then they're gonna be back spilling each other tea and going at each other again. I can tell because they in competition with each other. That's it. So that shit their relationship is never gonna stay healthy and good. Key says she can't stand bitches like Tiffany and she won't be pregnant in some months. You still ain't gonna do shit to fucking Tiffany. I feel like you do something to Tiffany. Tiffany gonna press charge on your ass quick as hell. Your ass already went to jail once for some shit. Your ass better not catch no motherfucking assault charge for touching that lady. Cause Tiffany definitely gives the vibes. She talk a lot of shit. She got a smart ass mouth, but she ain't gonna fight nobody. And if you put your hands on her, she gonna call the fucking police and she gonna press charge on your ass with the quickness. So yeah, Kiki, you might want to pipe down because y'all issue isn't even that deep. Honestly, it's annoying and it's petty and it's real middle school. So then we go to the next scene where Martell and Sheree arrive. Finally, they so fucking happy and cheesing because they walked in, but it was so cringe to see them walk in and talk. Like, it was so cringe. Like, you can tell, like, like that shit was so fucking fake, and it's definitely business and for a storyline. That shit was so cringe to watch them interact. It was. Marcel says he's happy for Martell, and happiness depends on who you're divorcing. Marcel, shut your fucking ugly horse mouth ass up. Shut the fuck up. Trying to throw shade at Mel like, oh, like she was the bad one. Bitch, fuck you. Shut the fuck up, Marcel. Kimmy says if it was Martell and Melody, they would be working the room together, but they are doing it separately, and it looks like a business arrangement. And thank you, somebody else on somebody on the actual show sees it that it is a business arrangement, Kimmy. And I'm glad you caught it and called it out. Cause that shit, you can just look like it was no chemistry. Like, I don't even think they walked in holding. They didn't even hold hands. Didn't even walk in holding hands. Didn't hold hands the whole time they was there. He barely introduced her to anybody. When they was talking, he was just talking. She was just standing there looking stupid. He wasn't even paying attention to her ass while she was there. Then she just ended up starting just standing somewhere looking stupid. Like, it's definitely a business ram, and they need to stop with this lies. Carlos, stop lying. Martell and Sheree, stop fucking lying. Like, this episode definitely put it out there. This is definitely a fucking business arrangement. This is not real. Like, y'all have no chemistry whatsoever. And it was so, like I said, so cringe. So cringe. But Kimmy said she could see the difference because when Martell and Melody were together, they had chemistry because they was really in love. They're really together. They was really meant to be together, really married. Like, so they worked it together. Like, you can see the chemistry. That's how you know it's a difference. You know that shit fake. Martell says he has a lot of regrets and tough moments, but he's happy for the cover of the magazine. Yeah, that cover where you look like a fucking, and I agree with Marcel when he said Martell looked crazy in it. I don't know. A lot of people say he looked good in that fucking cover. He didn't to me. I don't know. Maybe because I've never been attracted to Martell, but it's another thing. Is like he looked too fucking photoshopped. Like, that shit was not cute. This shit was ugly. I'm sorry, but it was. And then you gonna lie in the fucking magazine, talk about you worth 20 million. Nigga, you know damn well you ain't worth no fucking 20 million. If you worth 20 million, why the fuck you ain't passed no builder's license test yet? There's no way. I don't give a damn. Yeah, a lot of rich people, millionaires, whatever, say they not the smartest person, so they delegate, but they got some fucking credentials. They figured some shit out to get to where they got. It ain't just because of their team. They had to have some type of smart certification credential to get to where the fuck they was at. Like, no. You ain't worth no fucking 20 million. And then it came out that he's actually in debt $10 million. So how the fuck you in debt? You worth 20 million, but you in debt 10 million. Lying, just a lie. He just the definition of a fucking lie. So he goes up, and he can't even do a speech. All he said was one sentence. One sentence. That's it. He was so nervous. He can't public speak for shit. Boy, he get up there, he starts stuttering like a motherfucking boy. So Saray tells him, "Congratulations, baby." Like when I said, like, bruh, like, how did you really look at that shit? Congratulations, baby. They didn't even hug, or did they, or whatever? But shit, I barely looked, because that shit was so fake and cringe. But she was like, "Congratulations, baby." That sentence statement right there was so cringe. Like she was forced, like she forced herself to say "baby." Like that shit was so like, oh no, oh my god, like this shit was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie, Martell and Sheree, y'all should be embarrassed, and please don't come after this shit and keep trying to make it seem like y'all together. Cause this right here, oh my god, cringe. So after she tells him congratulations, he leave her and tells her he got about to go talk to other people in the room. It was like, damn, bitch, you gonna leave your girl, supposedly your girl, that when in the room she don't know nobody, to go talk to other people. At least you could, the least you could have did was grab her by the hand, knowing that she gonna be by herself and she in a room, she don't know nobody, to at least grab her by her hand while you talking to other people. You ain't probably ain't even got to introduce her, but at least have her by your fucking side. You ain't even do that. That's how we know this shit fake. So Sheree ended up going in the corner, looking stupid, looking around, like, yeah, looking dumb. Like, yeah, he left my ass, and I'm all over here in this corner by my fucking self. But you so happy to be with this nigga. Fake. So Tiffany comes and asks Sheree to talk to her on the side. Sheree says she met Mel at one time, but she doesn't know her. She said she had been around her kids with Martell, but Mel isn't around. Tiffany asks if she thinks Martell has feelings for Mel. So I don't like the answer that Sheree gave, talking about, well, I've met, I've only met her one time, Mel, and yes, I've been around her kids, but she's not around, so that's why I haven't met her. And I agree with Tiffany, like, bitch, so the fuck what? Now we see the type of woman that you are. Like, I don't give a damn what this nigga got going on. I wouldn't want to be around nobody's children without meeting their mother. Because that's exactly how I would want to be. If they father around somebody, I want to meet. I want to meet the woman that he's going to have around our fucking kids. So, I don't like the answer that Sheree gave. Like, so I see what type of bitch you are with your fucking kids. You didn't give a fuck who was around your fucking kids, probably. Just because he bring them around because she's not around. Why would she be around with him? They not together no more. But I would insist, like, hey, you're gonna bring your kids. I love your kids, but can I meet their mother? Because that's how I would be. That's how I would be. That's how I am with my children. Me and the father are not together anymore, so obviously we're gonna move on and be in other relationships. So I want to know. I want the other person to know, hey, who I am, so they can be comfortable with me because I am around. Like, so no, I didn't like that answer that she gave. Then Sheree says, well, the conversation that she's had with Martell doesn't give her the doesn't insinuate or make her feel like Martell still has feelings for Mel. Bitch, of course they don't. Y'all don't have conversations like that. Y'all only have conversation when y'all filming. But for the sake of the show, when we not going behind the scenes, baby, he got feelings for her. You just the type of bitch that you don't give a damn. As long as he giving you a little attention, you don't care. But when he do your ass dirty in the end, you want to act like you the fucking victim. But you knew what it was when you got with the nigga. You knew his heart wasn't with you. You knew he was only with you because his wife or his ex don't want his ass back. That's the only reason he with your fucking ass. But okay. Sheree says she doesn't see. No, Tiffany says it's obvious that he does. Tiffany says that. What about his reputation of being a cheater? Sheree says everyone has a past, but as long as he's respecting her and treating her well, then it's good. And you the type of bitch that a bitch can't trust. You the type of bitch that you think your pussy's so good and it's so gold that This nigga, he treated everybody else like shit. When he get to you, oh, supposedly he gonna treat you like a queen all of a sudden. You that type of bitch. You think your shit don't fucking stink. And once he could get around to you, despite his fucking past and his reputation, he gonna all of a sudden change for your ass. Or you can change him. That you that type of bitch. You're too mature, Sheree, to still have this naive, pick me, male identified as mindset. You really are. And it's sad that you are at your age and you still can't choose the right man. Like, that shit is sad, honestly. Tiffany says, you think it's because you put it down like that? She says Martell wanted someone with more experience and he got someone closer to Marlene's age. And Tiffany is being so fucking shady. But guess what? Like I said, I agree with fucking Tiffany. She ain't doing nothing but saying what everybody thinking and saying. And she asking the question that everybody wanted to ask. So I ain't mad at her. She just get on my nerves sometimes. Let me get to the last scene. Sheree comes to Martell's house. They talked about marriage. She said they talked about marriage and blended families, but with his divorce, what's going on with his mindset. I really do feel like Sheree really does have a little bit of feelings for this nigga. I know I'm keep saying it's fake because it is, but I feel like Sheree is definitely the type of bitch to try catch feelings for a nigga, knowing like this is not that. And then when she catch feelings, she'll try to prove herself and be stressing herself out trying to be with this nigga, knowing like, bitch, this is not what it was. We talk like, girl, sit the fuck down. This is it. This is business. Leave that shit alone. I really do feel like Sheree really caught feelings for this nigga, like for real. I really do. But talking about marriage and blended families, and so Martell says he'll get over whatever issue is going on with the divorce, whatever it is. Martell, shut the fuck up. You know exactly what issue it is. You the issue. And you keep causing issues. It's so funny to me how he really be sitting here acting like he don't know what the fuck be going on, or why Melody treat him the way he do, or why their co-parent relationship is not good, because his ass. He's the one causing issues, uh, being messy, being difficult, just being a fucking degenerate. That's exactly what he's being. But then want to act like he don't know what the problem is. Boy, shut the fuck up. Martell said he sees the qualities in Sheree to be with her long term. She knows how to please a man and to be submissive. And I'm so sick of your bitch. What the fuck do she need to be submissive to? Why the fuck are you so hell bent on a bitch being submissive to you? You ain't got shit to be submissive to. Nothing. You're not a bitch. You a failed business. You a failed businessman. Suppose look like you don't got all the business endeavors you done had done failed. You can't get a fucking open builder's license, which is open book. You fumbled. You fumbled the best woman you ever gonna fucking get. You still associating with the peasant, which turned baby mama. You in debt $10 million, and supposedly you still you're living with your mama. Your house was in foreclosure. Your mama house was like, what the fuck is a woman supposed to submit to you and do what? Submit for what? You ain't nobody to fucking submit to. The hell? And the funny part is, you know how he was lying, because when he lied, he stuttered. He stuttered, and that nigga was stuttering so hard when he was saying that shit in confessional. Yeah, stuttering like a motherfucker, lying. He don't fuck with Sheree like that. He don't like Sheree like that. He don't want to be with Sheree. He understands the assignment. Sheree tells Martell about her and Tiffany's conversation, how she asked her if she still had feelings for Mel, and how he was following her around the party the whole time. Martell gonna say, you know the kind of man I am. I'm a gentleman at heart, and when any woman is leaving the facility, I'm going to walk them out, especially if that's his children's mother. And you see how he deflected and avoided the actual what she was actually asking him. You went to the end of the party. She didn't say shit about you walking her out. She said you were following her around the whole party. You went to the end of the shit. You didn't talk about during the party. You were definitely following her around the whole fucking time, annoying and harassing her. But he made sure he did not say that shit. He talking about, oh, I was just making sure to walk her out when she was leaving. That's not what the fuck she said. She's talking about during the party. What were you doing during the party? A liar. Martell says, no, it's not particularly about Mel, but the family dynamic and what they built. They built something and it was deep. And then Sheree gonna tell, oh, it's not particularly about her, or it's not about her. It's definitely about her. And you know, I hope you smart to catch that. Yeah, it is about her. And you see how he went so in depth about them. It was deep. It was special. They built something, and it's not particularly about her. You caught them words that he used. So he really just told you as right there. It is about her. I still do have feelings for her. Yes, I do. But of course he gonna lie, and you stupid enough to believe it. Sheree tells him Tiffany asks her how it feels to be with a known cheater. She says it's not about sex, and he hasn't shown her anything but love, respect, and greatness since they've been together. Feel like she lying, but I'm sure he has. That's what narcissists do. They put on a good mask in the beginning to get your ass emotionally invested and attached to them, and then they flip the motherfucking switch, take that mask off, and you going through fucking hell. So I'm sure. But fuck that nigga. He is a degenerate. He is a disgrace. He is a horrible human being. Martell finds it to be disrespectful talking to his guests like that, and he needs to address Tiffany. But guess what? You wasn't talking to your guests like that. That's why Tiffany was able to get her ass to that motherfucking corner and talk to her. Because your ass left her ass in the fucking corner looking stupid.